Part two of Worldwide Ramblings for this 5th of October, 2024. Live and hello, replay crowd as well. Watch part one before you watch part two, I would say, if you're in the replay crowd. Once again, Cindy, she's like quick on the draw. I bet you're good at the casino, Cindy. You're fast there. Not that you necessarily have to be fast at the casino. I mean, I don't know the table games and the slots. You know, eventually you're going to hit if you keep playing. So welcome back, Cindy. I don't know if I knocked into something that I couldn't see the chat anymore. I couldn't see new comments. I could see the old chat, but new comments were gone. And, you know, Sean Hannity was saying on his radio show the other day he used to call her Flipper. Now he calls her Linda. Same voice. I recognize the voice. He said, how inept he was as a tech person, that his daughter has to come and help him do the simplest things on his phone or whatever. And he says, but that's why I got a tech crew for. And I thought, boy, I wish I could say that. I wish I could say that's what I got a tech crew for. They have to deal with that. Not my problem, you know. I'm a one-man band by Three Dog Night. I just don't want to be a one-man band. I need a virtual tech crew, probably. That's what I need. I mean, where else would I put them? I'm in a small room surrounded by Google Photos, for goodness sakes. And we have someone new. Miles Wright joins us for part two of Worldwide Ramblings. 5x6, Jack. What the heck does that mean? All righty now. All righty. That's Jim Carrey used to say that. All righty now. Jim Carrey has retired from acting and is now like a guru who talks kind of reflectively. I don't want to say anything negative here. You know, he has been thought to be, out of his mind, mentally ill now and what have you. And I don't want to label him that. He's done with show business unless something so stupendous comes along that he couldn't say no, he felt he had to do it. Other than that, he's done enough, he said. Chi joins us for part two of Worldwide Ramblings. Don't forget to watch part one. It was good. It was pretty good. I assume it's already loaded. I'm not loaded. This is Pepsi Zero Sugar in my Suzanne Summers Gut Renew cup. It's not really the spirit of their Gut Renew product to be drinking Pepsi out of the cup. But Karen got that because she buys Suzanne Summers stuff, just like Katina Swatsworth. I don't know if you're back here, Katina, or you see this later, but you probably know about this stuff right here. This body butter from Suzanne Summers. This is the peppermint. Karen had another jar, so she gave me what was left in this jar. And Jody Smith hits the thanks button for $1. Thank you so much, Jody Smith. I appreciate you doing that. I really do. And it's peppermint, and I love peppermint. I can use peppermint as a cologne. I can. Oh, yes. Yes. I do like, I mean, I'm 68, so, that is definitely an old person's, and I now find myself an old person. They like Old Spice. Remember Canoe? That was nice. I like that. English leather. That was good. All these old school colognes that men used to wear in the 70s, for the chicks. Put a little bit by my nose, Then I can just smell it. But I'll look weird, won't I, Cheryl Everhart? How you doing, Chi-Chi? What's going on with you, huh? Glad you're here for part two. Cindy in South Louisiana was first to join us. She says, hello, ? She's not sure if she wants to say hello. I understand. There you are. Yeah, don't say you don't see me, just hear me or something, Cindy. You'll freak me out. You don't want me to have to take extra Xanax, do you? Thank you, Jody. Thank you for hitting the thanks button. Judy Wright is back. Hey, Jack, check the tips on the first feed. Okay. Yeah, maybe I'll see them. I couldn't see them this time. So do you think when I go back to watch the replay they'll be there? Probably, right? Joey Bauer Jr. I'm here, brother Jack. Well, I'm so glad you are, Joey. I'm glad I came back here to join you guys for part two of Worldwide Ramblings. This time we didn't lose the feed. I lost the ability to see the newer comments that were being made in the chat. I think I knocked into something, and ay ay ay. I want that magical tech wizard, that can be here with me, and we can do great stuff. And he can come up and he can help me with pre-recorded stuff and what have you. But Vic's Practice Tracks joins us as well, and he wants to talk to Victoria Winters. Okay, I understand. Get the transmitter tuned up. Oh man, Ted, we used to have some characters that were the station engineer. John Carlini was one, you know, old school all the way. But he could, this was before digital. We had cart machines in this. By the time he left, we might not have gone to CDs yet. I don't remember. But he was an old school guy who looked like your furnace repairman, smelled of oil, you know, and would dress just like one of those old school workmen. And but a nice guy, and he knew how to go out when there was a problem at the transmitter. He climbed the tower, and that tower is right over there. Right over there. I mean, I could almost spit to the wall radio transmitter that my voice used to boom out of for years, and also the FM station. But it's one tower and one antenna. So how are there two? I don't know. It's technical stuff. It's over my head, over you, over my head. So in the first stream, we have Susan Olsen from the Brady Bunch. She's been canceled by the woke people. We have Bob Joyce talking to Gene Ho. Hopefully, we'll have Gene Ho on soon as his father makes a recovery. I hope everything is going well with that recovery from a heart attack and surgery, I believe. Carolyn is here. Hi. You always separate that. Carol Lynn, it seems. I didn't have a problem with the other chat. No, I did. I couldn't see you. I couldn't see what was I could see the old comments, but I couldn't see the new comments. So that's a bummer. I can't respond to you guys. And I need to be able to respond to you, for goodness sakes. Miles understands that. Miles Wright is the son of Judy Wright. In my head, in my messed up head. Yeah. Judy, you're here, right? Is that your son Miles, huh? Huh? Is that your youngest son, is it? I don't know. Ruthie's back. Yes, I have a BD today on No Singing From You Yet. Yes, I have a BD today on No Singing From You Yet. You're speaking in code again. So I'll have to think about what that means. I had the engineer always come in about 10 a.m. to work. Oh, I hated that, Ted. No respect for, I'm in here trying to create something in my radio show, trying to be witty, trying to be tight with my, with my show. And here you are, and you're going to spend time, and you want to open up the control board while I'm doing a freaking radio show. Give me a break. Ah, yes, I can think of someone who did that on my very last night on the air. They pretty much ruined my last night. And then they would, well, I won't say anymore. You know who you are if you're watching. I don't know if they ever watch. I don't dislike them. We had disagreements, but I don't dislike him. I don't. Who did I not like in radio that I work with? Who did I really not like? Nobody's coming to mind. everybody, they were either somebody I had deep affection for or someone that I just thought was such a fun character. I couldn't really relate to them, but, you know, um, there were a lot of great people that I worked with in radio. I can't think of one person that I despised back then. I can't think of one person. Eating two soft pretzels, says Jody Smith from Philly Pretzel Factory. Really? And two large slices of peanut butter cheesecake. What? You're You are saying to me that you alone, Jody, are eating two soft pretzels from the Philly Pretzel Factory and two large slices of peanut butter cheesecake. I've never had peanut butter cheesecake. The one I like that is hard to find. You never really find it, but I think the Boy Scouts used to sell this Christmas time or something. You know. Amaretto cheesecake, huh? Huh? Amaretto cheesecake. Um, we went to the Oktoberfest, which was really on the last day of summer at Bear Mountain Park, Anthony Wayne Park, with Jimmy Sturr. I've talked about that. And this guy had various kinds of loaves of fancy bread, like pound cake. And one said amaretto, and I said, well, you've got me right there. That word amaretto will make me pay what you want for that amaretto pound cake. I just got to try it, because you don't see too much amaretto around. I don't like it as a drink. On the rocks, no, I don't like it that way. So, Jody, we're throwing caution to the wind tonight, huh? Get the defibrillator ready. Defibrillator ready. See, there's one in my chest, but I don't think you have one in your chest. So be careful. Be careful. Faith Lloyd, what are we going to do with her? I'm here, Jack, for part 2. Part 1 was great. Well, thank you very much. I mean, I felt that the one that I had to delete, which we did this morning between like 12:30 and 2:27 East Coast time, was better. But I couldn't get it to go to replay mode. It kept looking like I wasn't live, and it said I was live, and it wouldn't do anything. So I had to make the video private. Then I had to hit delete. And I hated doing that, because I felt, gee, we were really humming there. You come on at that late, and there's the loyal people that keep this venture alive the most, Hey, it's great if you get thousands of views on a video, but that doesn't happen every day. But thank you for watching the pre-recorded videos. That's very important as well. And it's very important when the live shows get 2,000 or 3,000 hits. That helps too. Sam Semi, Elvis would love peanut butter cheesecake. I bet he would. You think he would like pierogies with all that mashed taters in there? I don't know. I'm not a big pierogi fan. They always have mashed potatoes in there. I love mashed potatoes. Believe me, I love my mashed potatoes. When I go down to the diner with Carmen Gigi, best waitress in the world, talk about tipping. If I don't tip Carmen a good amount, I feel like I'm cheating her. She's that great. I've known her for 20 years, and she's going to retire in a few years, I guess. She makes the most money of any waitress because she's got the biggest following, and she's great. So, I feel I have to give a good tip. I don't see her more than once a week these days, sometimes not at all. Didn't go last week at all. We were away for a few days. But something in my story that I've now forgotten had to do with fish and chips. I know that. I've had the fish and chips there. It's always different there. You never know what you're going to get. But I had fish and chips when we were in Essex, Connecticut. And I was on a roll of thought, and it's just derailed. I mean, I may have to call the cleanup crew here because I'm off the track. I've driven off the track here. That's another thing that happens, as you get into your late 60s. It can happen. Ruthie, still waiting for you to sing happy birthday. So it's your birthday today, Ruthie? Is that right? Because we've had a number of birthdays lately. including Brenda's mom. But you're having your 39th birthday today, Ruthie? Is that what you're telling me? Yeah, yeah. 71 years young. All right. My goodness. I'm not that far away from that. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Ruthie. Happy birthday to you. May you have many more. May you have many more. At least 22 more birthdays. Happy birthday to you. So you want me to die at 93, Jack? Is that what you're saying? What a ruthless person you are. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You don't feel it? Well, of course not. If Dick Van Dyke, was spry at 98, just saw him because he was supposed to be at one of those fan conventions and he canceled the appearance. Sure enough, they caught him coming out. Well, he has a little cane, and the person who's with him should be walking closer to him. The worst thing that can happen right now is that Dick Van Dyke takes a fall. Any person that age, everything he does should be careful, and I would want somebody there even helping me into my sit down tub. This is not the age to be just left for it to be left a chance. If he takes a fall, he's done. So most likely, especially depending on what he falls on. But he was, I see a diminishment since 98 years old, or 97 years old. I see a little bit of a diminishment in the way he answers questions. He said, yeah, he's still 98. He said, he didn't say why he canceled the fan convention. The guy was asking him, but he did say that he's praying to make it to 99. He did say that as he got in the car. He doesn't drive anymore. Someone drives him. That he did drive when he was 97, though. Did drive through a fence and hit his head on the wheel. The airbag did not deploy. I don't know if he had a seatbelt on, but he had a really nice car. But I think now Dick Van Dyke, his driving is history. He's history. Watch him become a silver alert on the highway. Let's see here. Let me just check my email. See what's going on. Yeah, Cynthia said that you are still live. I wasn't sure in the last minutes of part one of this show. Watch both parts because I couldn't see new comments. I hit something and I could tell that I tried a few things and nothing seemed to work. So I figured I will start a second stream. It's Saturday night, for goodness sakes. Okay, look at that. The reason my phone just dinged is someone went to the Cash App. And I hear that ding again. I'm beginning to love that. It's called Vintage, a vintage notification sound. That's what I changed it to that. And I guess I like it because earlier, Susan Carter hit the Cash App for $10. June Joyner hit it for 20. And now, Lucia Thu, I've seen your name before here. You're relatively new. Thue. You put your whole name in the chat, so I think I feel confident in sharing your whole name here. Lecia sent $20 on the Cash App. That's Media Guy 56. If you have Cash App, you know all about it. You can load it, and if I'm the first person you tip to, then I will get an extra $5 from what you sent if you're a brand new Cash App customer. Same for you. If you bring new people to Cash App, they will give you an extra $5. So Lucia sends $20 at Media Guy, lowercase letters, Media Guy 56, Media Guy 56. What a blessing tonight. So that's great. That's $50 just on Cash App tonight, and all those wonderful people that hit the thanks button. So thank you to both of you and Lucia. I think that's a first time gift from you. Thank you very, very much. It is needed more than you know, and it is appreciated more than you know. I'm not one of the big guys here. I'm one of the little guys. I see these people that get 500,000 views, 1,000,000 views. You know, some things I look at and say, how did that get 243,000 views? But it did. Because there's a niche for it. Greg Atkins is here. Greg Atkins. And let's see here. Just scrolling up a little bit. Yeah, that's the start of the new. Greg has been with us for quite some time, and I appreciate you watching. Dollar from Jody Smith on the thanks button that you see here live. If you don't see it here live, you can go to one of our recent videos and especially a pre-recorded video, and you'll see a thanks button there. You can hit it there. All goes into the same pot, which will be just before Thanksgiving. Just before Thanksgiving 2024. Anastasia, hello there. Anastasia. That's how she likes it said, not Anastasia, I think. You're Anastasia. Hi, Jack, and everyone. Hope everyone is doing well. And we hope you're doing well, doing good, you said. Doing good. I'm doing good. And Brenda's talking to Ted, saying that she's going to make some homemade sausage and gravy with biscuits. Well, that's Southern cooking right there. Eggs, too, when I get up at 10:09 a.m. Is that what you set your clock for? And you get right up out of bed at 10:09. It's just alarm goes off. What do you put it across the room so you have to walk to your alarm? Do you do that? Is that your way of getting up instantly? Evening, Anastasia, says Jody Smith. Good to have you here. And am I missing anybody? If I do, just talk again. I don't want to miss anybody. Jody says, this morning I ate breakfast. Are you saying chili? 2 waffles, bacon, and home fries at my favorite breakfast spot. Yeah, I have several favorite breakfast spots, and where Carmen is one of them. But let's face it, if I'm having breakfast at the diner, I'm having it as dinner. I'm not up at that hour. I'm just not. I'm if I'm up by 10 a.m., it's a good day, because I go to bed so late. I try to break that habit. Is the Atkins diet still working for you? If not, I'll fire all the employees. Yes, well, you can't fire Atkins himself because he slipped on the sidewalk and hit his head on the ice. So we never got to really see if, a diet of eggs and bacon and those kind of things, all the butter you want and all that was the right diet. I just have my Atkins shake. I have a chocolate Atkins shake. And I buy them now right off of Amazon in a case of 12. Milk chocolate, sometimes strawberry, but you can't get that easily. You can't get a case of 12 and strawberry, I don't think. You'll probably end up with a case of 4. But I do like to have the strawberry sometimes. And that's my breakfast. Now, remember, my breakfast is around noontime. By the time I get to it, it's around noontime. And what can I tell you about the Atkins shake? And I take various medications. I take my blood pressure in the morning and Vasipa soon after that. I think you're really supposed to have the Vasipa with a meal, though. And, then Mavacantin, Camzyos, for my cardiomyopathy with my evening meal, after my evening meal. But how can I put this? If I have an Atkins shake, I may not want to leave the house for a while. So if I have a doctor's appointment, say I have to go to Westchester Medical Center for my, every 3 months I have a echocardiogram, and then I see Dr. Naidu or one of his nurse practitioners, but lately it's been Dr. Naidu every time, and I got to get him some. We showed his book. Dr. Naidu wrote a book for children who have HCM, Tropic, hypertropic cardiomyopathy. I can't even pronounce what I have. It's called Lindsay's Big Heart for children with cardiomyopathy, but it also is for their parents. Lindsay's Big Heart, you can find that. It's doing very well on Amazon or Barnes and Noble. You can pick up a copy there from Dr. Uh, Sahari Naidu, but it's really spelled Naidu. Naidu, Naidu, but he likes to say Naidu, just like Dr. Gapay is spelled Gapay, my GP forever. It's really Gapay, but he says Gapay. You say tomato, I say tomato. You say you say gouge, price gouging is what sometimes occurs in the open market. But the vice president of the United States, what's her name again? She don't know that word, gouging. So she keeps saying, we've got to stop price gauging, this price gauging. They were laughing about that on Fox today. Oh, please, Lord Jesus. Can 45 become 47? Every trick in the book will be used, but you are greater than all those tricks. You are greater than all those evil plans. And you say you will not be mocked. The progressives are mocking. So we pray that once again you will use what at times has been the foolishness of this world that Donald Trump can be, and use it to confound the people who think they're wise, but they're really fools. We ask you in Jesus' name to stop our country from being controlled by people that do not love their constituents, certainly don't love you, and don't love the Constitution. So stop the price gauging, will you, Richard? For goodness sakes. I've got the hippie shakes. Hi, Michael. Michael G. How you doing? Mikhail Gorbachev. How are you? Junior, of course. We understand that. Who's a sicko? I forget who I was talking about 12 seconds ago. Always remember that. So don't say yes, that was a while ago. Say the name. It'll help me. Help me, buddy. Once again, Brenda is claiming to go away. We shall see, Brenda. This is a weekly occurrence, so I don't know. The subway guy, Jared. Okay, well, I wouldn't pull that one out of my head. I did see that documentary, Ted, on Jared. Yeah, boy. You know, and he was reckless about it. Here he is making all this money for Subway, and he's traveling and living the life of Riley. And you think he he would at least be careful. And next thing you know, he's going to where did he go? Where did they go? Amsterdam or not South Korea? No. Where do they go when they want to hook up with the little ones? With the kids. He was going there, and oh my goodness. He has a long time in prison to think about his choices there. Greg Atkins, dang Dollar General. They keep popping up. There's so many of them here in the South, I think is what you're saying. Yeah, it's almost like the Amish are building these Dollar Generals. I mean, they start on a Monday, and you don't go by that area for a while, and my goodness, they're open. They're open. They go up fast as the Dollar Tree does, and we have Family Dollar here too. We had two, now we only have one. Dollar General does not do as well here in the Hudson Valley, especially in the city I live in, as it does like in South Carolina, where there's like 6 or 7 in Rock Hill, South Carolina, where I lived for 18 months or whatever it was. Uh, People use them as grocery stores. And Dollar Tree now has expanded their frozen foods and prices too. You know, their basic stuff is $1.25 now, but then there's another aisle that has $5 stuff and $3 stuff and stuff like that. And then the frozen foods can be as high as $5 or even more, but it's still cheaper than the ShopRite store would have it at. So there you go. And it's, more quantities, because before, if you were going to get it for $1, it was going to be one breakfast sandwich, not three or four. Dollar General is going to overstretch. Is that what you're saying? Uh, and then because of that, they're going to have to start closing stores. Yeah. Because some will underperform, exactly, because they're too close to each other, right? Starbucks is too close to each other. Dunkin' Donuts is too close to each other often. Um, but we can't get a Culver's. Can't get a Culver's here in the Hudson Valley or anywhere in New York. Can't get a Culver's. Can some rich guy please start a Culver's in the Hudson Valley, preferably in like the town of Walkill, which is 3 miles up the road? That's where McDonald's is and Wendy's. And we don't have an Arby's because nobody went there. And then Arby's changed their menu and they got better. And then everybody misses the Arby's. Now you got to go to the Pilot truck stop in the town of Newburgh to go to Arby's, which we did on our way home from Essex, Connecticut. We knew Andy would enjoy a couple of roast beef and cheddar sandwiches for dinner. So we stopped there. And I always like to go into a truck stop. Before I walk into the actual Arby's part, I go into Pilot, and I love to look around and see. But a lot of the shirts they have say New York on them, and I don't want that. I want something, from another place that I love. Not the place I'd like to move away from, but, that won't be happening anytime soon. But who knows how much sand is on the top of my hourglass? How much sand is on the top? Would we live differently if we could see the sand on the top? We already know that there's more sand or salt, whatever the heck it is, on the bottom of the hourglass. We already know it. And yet, do we put an extra little pep in our step to get some things done? Jack loves his codfish sandwich. Don't I? Don't I, Jody? I yearn for it, as you know, and I have hunger pangs for it almost every show. And yet I've got to get to at least as far as Virginia to find one. So when I am there, I'm going to Culver's constantly. If I'm in like Florida or Texas, those kind of places, I always have two and a drink. That's all I need. I don't want no fries. Don't make it worse. I mean, they got a nice thick, crispy coating on the cod sandwiches, but it's really good cod. It's not the cheap stuff like everybody else has, Burger King, McDonald's, much better, much better. So people love those stores, though, in certain places. Hello, Leslie Cox. Is Bob Joyce Elvis Presley? Gee, I never thought about it. So what do you mean? If there's a gun to my head and I ask this question, and if I don't answer correctly, I'm like every other Christian. I want to go to heaven, but I don't want to die to go there, especially that way. Well, that's only one of the terrible ways you can die. How about going through the windshield of a car or something, and not dying for a while? Oh, boy. Have I mentioned a wood chipper yet? um, So a basic answer to that question, Leslie, I speak of possibilities. I could be wrong about the whole thing, but I don't see how you have like 60, I don't want to call them coincidences. I want to call them facts or oddities. What's another word that I'm not using that I could use? Um, um, sightings of Pastor Bob being somewhere he wouldn't, a pastor from Arkansas wouldn't be. Uh, you know, when it gets to be dozens and dozens, I mean, you know what the old saying is: where there's smoke, there's fire. Could he be the son of Elvis? I have a video on that. The son, the love child son of Elvis. Everybody says he has the same scars, he has the broken pinky. Excuse me. So there's not much of an appetite for that. There's not much of an appetite for that. I think Richard Lyon just he uh, he used our departure from part one to call it a night. Call it a night. And I understand. Maybe he'll see this on the replay. Who knows? But there is a part one to this program, Worldwide Ramblings, for the 5th of October, 2025. You can see all our past live shows in the live section of this channel, the Virtual Church of the Disillusioned. Thank you for hitting the thanks button. Any amount is helpful, whether it be $1, $2, $5. And if there's someone who's been blessed that could, give me some peace of mind for the remainder of this year, whatever, depends on how much you like what we do. As I say, when I go to see Carmen the waitress, I always leave her a nice tip. That's what this is. It's just a tip. It's not a it's not a tax-free gift. I don't know about that. That's something Google handles. I have to pay taxes on what you're tipping, though. I have to pay taxes at the end of the year. That just goes into my regular Google fund. For every 1,000 views I get on a video, I get a payment for that. And that all goes into the mix. And then I go see my wonderful tax lady, Anna, in February, and I have to pay tax on anything that I've received from Google, like 1099 kind of thing. That's the deal there. I had this wonderful job taking care of a 95-year-old man who became 96. I was the backup caretaker. Maybe 6 or 7 months out of the year, I would get a string of days or 2 strings of days. And then he passed away, and that was a good paying. That was a nice supplement to my pension, which is now decreased in size. It's decreased in size. So what else are we talking about? Oh, you're from Australia, Leslie. Well, well, well. We have several people here that come in from Australia, including Alex. Alex, do you know him? I'm from Australia. You're gonna give me a tough word to pronounce, huh? And Aboriginal. Okay, I like that. Would like to know who Bob Joyce is. Well, watch my videos here. Watch my videos. We tell the whole story. Our most popular video is called The Verdict. It's got over, I think we've gone over 200,000. I keep forgetting to check that. But there's all kinds of things. We pose questions in videos like, did Bob Joyce preach Lisa Marie's funeral? I'm talking about the private funeral, not the public memorial. Bob Joyce was not at the public memorial. It happened at 10 a.m. on a Sunday, and he preached that day at his church in Benton, Arkansas. Well, look, here's Vito, my hair guy. You did a nice job this last time, Vito. And then I put a little color in there, I tried not to leave it on too long this time. How you doing, Vito? Vito Yazzo, Yozzo. Vito has his own YouTube channel here, so please make sure, I'm asking you to do this, go on and subscribe. And he does a lot of Elvis songs. He sings a lot of Elvis songs to track, does a great job, and a lot of other people's songs as well. Vito Yazzo. Yeah, from his business in Middletown, New York, is Classy Cuts. Classy Cuts in the Campbell Plaza, which is the same place we go to ShopRite. Mr. Washy Washy Laundry, Dollar Tree, and of course, Brother Bruno's. And then there's that. Do you go to the drink place, Vito?